Hey, all. If you've been in church for a while, there's a concept that you're probably very familiar with. And it's a concept that is this idea of we are told to pursue God. We're told that if we're going to be a follower of God, we were supposed to pursue him through study, through reading, through listening, through prayer. It's actually a concept that's very much scriptural. We're told to seek God with all our hearts, and when we seek him, we'll find him. We read in the Psalms about seeking God with all of our heart. Books have been written about pursuing God or following hard after God. It's a fantastic concept and one that's really important for each of us. But there's a danger with this concept because when we start to think about pursuit the wrong way, we begin to think that maybe we're supposed to pursue God because he's in some way hiding from us or making himself difficult to get to. And so we have to work really hard to find him. And what that can result in is sometimes this distance between us and God where we don't feel like we're finding him, or we get engaged in just religious activity. We're doing things in order for us to find him. But there is a flip side to this truth that I think is really, really helpful. It's been on my mind a little bit recently. It's this idea that God pursued us first, and that's why we pursue him. The entire story of Scripture is about God pursuing us. He pursued Adam and Eve in the garden. When they went and hid after they sinned, it says he came looking for them. God pursued Abraham when he wanted to build a new nation. He sought him out and he called him. God pursued Jacob when he appeared to him and wrestled with him. God sought out David, a man after his own heart. And it goes on and on and on. And it culminates with God seeking us by sending his son Jesus, initiating this pursuit of us by sending him to die. In fact, Jesus, when he was here, told the story of the lost sheep where the shepherd went out to pursue his sheep. God is a pursuing God. Now, why does that matter? Well, if you think back to when maybe you were dating, if you're married or you'd been married, and you can think back to those times when you were courting or dating, whatever you call it, where they were pursuing you. I mean, they loved you, they liked you, they wanted to be close to you. The feeling of being pursued is a very amazing one. Because what they do is they try to get in touch with you. They'll make phone calls to you. And if you remember when they would show up in unexpected places at unexpected times, just so they could be close to you. There's something very honoring and affirming about being pursued. Even if it's just with a close friend who will pick up the phone and call you because they want to be with you. It makes you want to respond and reciprocate. I don't know if you've ever considered that many of the things that happen in our lives are God trying to pursue us. When blessings come, it might be that God is using those to invite you into something more, to let you know that he loves you and he's blessing you because he wants you to seek him more. Sometimes it's the difficult circumstances in our lives that's God's way of pursuing you, of inviting you into something deeper, to go further in your walk with him. It can be in the very small things, it could be in the very large things, but in all of them, God is pursuing us first. This is a wonderfully helpful concept because when things are difficult, when it feels like God is distant, when it feels like he doesn't care, when there are struggles with guilt or shame or those things that bother us so much, there's something about remembering that God is always pursuing us, that he thinks we are valuable enough, that we matter enough to him, that there's nothing we can do to keep him from pursuing us. And as we remember that, there's something in that settles into our soul that allows us to take a deep breath, to relax, to press in, and pursue him back. So, as you go through this week, remember, God the Father, who loves you, is always pursuing you so that you will pursue him. Till next time.